Hello, and welcome to Environmental Studies at Rutgers University. This is Paul O'Keefe from the Department of Geography, based here in the picture, Lucy Stone Hall, Livingston Campus, New Brunswick. Environmental Studies in SAS at Rutgers is growing and it's an exciting time. And this reflects broader interest in the environment, which has surged not just over the past decade, but over the last year or two. With Greta Thunberg, climate strikes, Green New Deal, let alone people begin to explore in these crazy times the relationship between social environmental hazards in the context of COVID. These relationships between humans and the environment are increasingly complex, and that's what we seek to understand here in environmental studies. Not pretending there's simple solutions, but thinking about all the different interest groups, all the different knowledge bases that have to come together in a more integrated fashion to understand the totality of environmental change in the modern world. And to do that, if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, you might want to consider our brand new environmental studies major. It's administered through the Department of Geography, but it draws on more than 20 departments across Rutgers, across the social sciences, the humanities, and the natural sciences. It's an interdisciplinary study of environment and society. And it's administered primarily, but by no means alone, through the geography department. And like other groups and linked across Rutgers by the Rutgers Climate Institute, the Energy Focus Group, there's a large number of faculty engaged in environmental research with an active commitment to not just teaching and researching, but mentoring students in environmental issues in their active research, but around issues of environmental justice, of climate change, of biodiversity loss, issues around natural hazards and disasters, of urbanization. And all of this is explored in the broad environmental studies major and also minor that we have. But very briefly, the major, and there's some text on the next page, but there's 36 credits involved. And there's a core course that everyone has to do. And then there's 4 broad areas of environmental studies that a major will explore. The environmental sciences, so there's some courses from SEBS here, as well as SAS schools and departments. But also we think of environmental social sciences. For example, I teach a Geography 102, Transforming the Global Environment, rooted in the social sciences and the interface with the natural sciences. But you also, as part of this degree, will take required environmental humanities courses. You'll select from those. How do we represent nature? How has that changed? How do our ideas of the environment shape what we value, what we protect, what we allow to be exploited? And fourth, the methods. How do we explore? How do we map environmental change? How do we track it? How do we understand it through satellites, through photography, through other scientific techniques, through statistical analysis? All of these things are things you will explore. And in the environmental studies major, there will also be a capstone course, which will give you an opportunity to explore a specific issue in depth. So for the major, as I say, there's an intro course, there's a capstone course, there's a selection of courses you have to choose from in each of the 4 tracks, and then you round out the major with an elective choice as needed. So just a couple of things in this very quick presentation to emphasize. It's really important to say that this major is designed as a second major in SAS. It's meant to complement a student's primary major. They don't have to overlap hugely, but some courses can count for both, up to 12 credit hours. But this major is designed that before the major will be conferred, the requirements for both this and your first primary major, for example, political science or public health or geography or whatever it is, must both be met before this degree will be conferred. And your primary major may be drawn from any major recognized by the School of Arts and Sciences. The department also offers the minor in environmental studies, which is broadly the same format, but only 18 credit hours. So basically a course from each of the intro and the 4 tracks. Have a look at geography.rutgers.edu, the environmental studies section, for any details, a lot more details, and you can see the courses that are approved for the different tracks. And if you're interested right now, there is an online version this summer of Intro to Environmental Studies. It will run in the fall, it will run in the spring, it will run next summer. Speak with advisors in geography, email me, we can have an appointment one way or another. And if you're really interested, you can go right ahead and declare your environmental studies choice. And I hope I meet some of you and I'm in contact with some of you soon. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.